So first let me start with this thing as prelims is coming and a lot of thoughts might be coming to your mind and some of the time it becomes very difficult to handle all such thoughts and those thoughts are not helping you anywhere and most of those thoughts are not true even but these keep on coming. That number one thought is what I was doing for that entire year and that thought hit you very hard. And you start thinking that why I was not studying in the month of Jan, in the month of Feb, or when the UPSC announced that 21 more days are there, why I didn't do the necessary things. Lot of time you keep on going back, you keep on going back, and you remind yourself that no, I didn't do the right things. So my first tip for the remaining days is please go gentle with yourself, very gentle. If you will become very harsh, then you will not be able to utilize the remaining 24 days. And if you will waste these 24 days because of some thoughts, then your life will become very difficult, and there's a possibility that it will not translate into a good outcome which you are expecting from the play 2024. So, number one thing is go very gentle. Whatever has happened, happened. You cannot change it. What mistakes you have committed, you have committed. And another kind of thought is, what if I'll fail? What if I'll fail? Then you predict a very dangerous sort of future. But those who have failed earlier in the prelims, they know that whatever bad you can think of after failing in the prelims, nothing of that sort happens. So my point is, don't go in the past too much. Don't go in the future too much. Just be very gentle in your capacity, whatever you have done till now, as of today, when you are watching this video, whatever you have done in your capacity. So please be gentle and promise yourself. Look, let me tell you this very interesting thing. Human beings can work irrespective of thoughts which they are having. Even if you are having very stressful thoughts about the prelims or stressful thought about anything in life, even then you can work. Even then you can study. Even then you can solve the test. Of course, your performance is not up to the mark because of stress and other thoughts, but you can function. So that's the beauty of human brain. But there is one kind of thought which you have to protect yourself. That is the irritating thought. If any thought, anything, any stress turns into irritation, then you cannot study. In your life, you have seen, if you are irritated with someone, you cannot talk normally. In the same way, in the preparation, if you become irritated with your past performance or marks in the test or anything, then you will not able to then you will not be able to study effectively. So फर्स्ट थिंग इज इरिटेटिंग थॉट्स को नहीं लाने देना है, अपने थॉट्स को इरिटेशन में कन्वर्ट नहीं करना है. Second thing, very important, is take it very hard. What kind of things you have to take hard? This is the preparation which you have to take hard. Let me ask you a very simple thing. What kind of stories you will tell others after you will check the marks of prelims? Let's say on 16th you are checking the marks. What kind of stories you want to tell by seeing your marks? There are two kind of responses. Number one is the response of a brave person. Okay, look, things were tough. Look, I was having a lot of negative thoughts. Look, my surrounding was not supporting me. Look, some issues in the family I was having, but despite of that, I am clearing the prelims. Do you want to tell this story? Do you want to tell the story of a hero, or do you want to tell the story of victims who keeps on saying that, look, I gave my best, I gave my best, and I hate this statement like anything in anything. If you have given your best, the sun, then under the sun, trust me on this. No one can fail you if you have given your best. And what kind of best is required, that will talk. So second story is of the victim, and let me tell you a very interesting line which I have read somewhere recently. That is, that line uh, is like, it this line should hit you very hard. That line is, you can lie, but results don't lie. Entire year you can say I gave my best, entire year you can blame anyone, but your result will speak the truth, that you didn't give your best, that you succumb to the circumstances. So you have to choose what kind of stories you will tell. Then minimum brings misery. Remember this thing. I have seen many times in life. When you do the minimum, let us say you are supposed to revise history 4 times and you are revising it 1 time. When you do the minimum, it will bring misery in your life, because you will look for the suitable example, that look, this particular candidate has not revised the history even once and he is an IAS now. You will find some stories which will suit your condition. But this is not the approach which you should adopt in the remaining days. Minimum brings misery. Remember this. Do what is required. Make it a goal. Make it a motto. Do what is required in life. What is required? If it is required to revise 4 times, you are going to revise 4 times. If it is required to solve 2 more tests of a particular subject where you are weak, solve it. Don't come with this thing that minimum. Sir, I have solved this much test, and now you have seen so many candidates who have solved less tests than me and they have cleared. Please do not lie to yourself. You can lie to yourself, but results don't lie. Results will tell what you have done. Third thing is solution driven attitude. Adopt it in your life. Most of the people who fail in exam, in love, anywhere, they have this attitude of problem driven. They sit with the problem. Ki look, my life is so tough. Look, they have done this and this to me. Look, this has happened to me. Problem driven attitude. This is not the attitude which is required for the remaining day. Solution driven. Stop saying that, oh, I'm so bad with MCQs. No, it's your attitude that is bad. Because what you are trying to say is, I'm too good in the means. You please escape this prelims from my life and I'll clear the means. That's a lie which you keep on telling and feeding your mind. And some other people might be telling you that you are too good in the mains. But my dear friend, without clearing the prelims, you will never write the mains. So stop doing this problem driven, stop living in this problem driven attitude. Solution. If you are not good in MCQ, solve more MCQ. Learn from others, from mentors, from friends. See how to approach this. If you are not able to mug up the facts effectively, then you have to learn the technique how to mug up the facts. Maybe you need shorter notes, maybe you need some pictorial memory sort of thing. I don't know. Go and find the solution. It exists for everything in this life. Someone told me a beautiful line that, look, there is a possibility I may not be able to cure you, but you have to believe that someone is there who will cure you. And it has happened. Whenever in life you will adopt this solution driven कि okay यार problem आ गया जीवन में, सबके साथ में आता है, पर अब करें क्या, solution कहाँ है? The more you will look for the solution, you will find the solution. Eventually you will find the solution. That is the beauty of this attitude. The more you will look for the solution, you will find some YouTube video on the same problem. You might find some mentor who is giving some tips on some of the things. You will find the solution. Right? So solution driven attitude is required. then this thing, don't think about the prelims. Think about the test. Why I'm saying this? Most of the time you are thinking that okay, what if I fail? How much marks I will get in the prelims? What you have to do is you move from test to test to test to test to test. Every test you take it as a challenge. Test one, suppose you got 60 marks. You make it a challenge that in the next test I will get 90, 100, anything of that sort. Please move from test to test to test to test to test. Don't even think about the prelims. Bhul jao. If you are, even if you are having bad dreams, those dreams has to come from the test, not from the actual prelims, because you are directly jumping after 24 days. You don't even know what kind of paper you will see. Only this approach you have to adopt. You move from test to test. You challenge yourself from test to test. Every test you take it as a challenge. In the test one, there is a possibility you made 10 silly mistakes or 5 silly mistakes. You take it very hard, which I have said. You take it very hard. Instead of taking this test thing on yourself very hard, please go gentle. It is just a test. But you have to take it very hard that in the next test, I will not do this 5 or 10 question silly mistakes. This you have to do. And please trust me, this is the only way you can remove 1000 negative thought from your mind, and you can actually challenge yourself every morning. You will be like, I am preparing for a test. Let me score good marks in the test. And there's a very good possibility you might not score any good mark in any of the tests which you are going to write. Let's say next 5 tests. You are always scoring 60 or 70 marks. Even then, I will say challenge yourself from test to test to test. Why? Because you will learn a lot. And those people who don't do analysis of the test, look, you are playing with the fire. You can solve 130 test, 140 test, 150 test. Even then, you can fail. And just by solving, now the days are less, just by solving 12 tests, 10 tests with a very good analysis, you can clear the prelims. You can literally clear the prelims. Everyone knows where they are lacking. There are two kind of candidates. Number one candidate is who keeps on reading the material thousands of times. And when it is time to write the test, they are like, no, 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 I will not write test today, but tomorrow I will write. Tomorrow I will write. And then again, they was some toppers talk where some suitable candidates say, I didn't solve any test. And you are like, okay, if he or she has not solved any test, then what is the point of solving the test? Even I can clear. That's a idiotic thinking. And other candidate is not revising the static, not studying the st- static, just solving the test mindlessly. 130, 140. Everyone knows what kind of issue are there in your preparation. Hit it when time is there. 24 days more than sufficient to clear the prelims. Let me tell you one thing. Every day when you will approach to the prelims, every day thousands of candidates start failing even before the actual prelims. Even before the actual prelims, they are failing. They just give up. They just do this minimum. अरे यार मिनिमम करके नहीं होता है. एक आध लोगों ने निकाल लिया होगा. और और कुछ लोगों ने शायद चीजों को इतने आसान तरीके से बता दिया कि अरे हम तो पढ़े ही नहीं और बस चले गए थे क्योंकि वहां पे अटेंडेंस शीट पे साइन करना मैंडेटरी था और निकल गया. ऐसे नहीं होता है. दिस इज नॉट द वे. ट्रस्ट मी ऑन दिस इज नॉट द वे. रातें काली सबने करी हैं. एक बार मेहनत लग के सबने करी है. बाद में इजी बन जाता है कुछ लोगों के लिए. दिस ईयर दोज हु हैव नॉट cleared the final this after interview, those who didn't get selected, those who didn't get selected, or those who got the rank but not the desired one, they can easily clear prelims in 24 days, even lesser than that, because once they have done that hard work in the past. What about you? You don't compare yourself with them, yeah. Why are you doing this? So you move from test to test to test. Then this thing, you if you can follow, then things will be very different in your preparation. That is, morning belongs to you. Remember this thing. Morning belongs to you. Morning does not belong to social media. Morning does not belong to the tension. Morning does not belong to the family trips. Morning does not belong to the newspaper. Come what may, till prelims, morning belongs to you. You set some high target for the morning. 2 hour challenging target. You challenge yourself. Let me say that you are saying that I'm not strong in remembering national parks, wildlife sanctuaries. Every morning, you once you start doing national park and wildlife sanctuary in the morning, you will become invincible. And this is a thing which one wonderful book, Eat That Frog, has said, and I have personally followed this. You do the hardest thing as your first task in the morning, and rest of the days you will find that you have that feeling of like a great feeling that you have done something great, because in the morning itself you have done the things which you were avoiding for so long. You challenge yourself. Next 15 to 20 days, if tomorrow if tomorrow you start thinking that how can I add 1 mark every day, just 1 mark in 15 to 20 days, how many marks? 20 marks. 20 marks you can actually add by challenging yourself. Trust me on this, you can actually add by challenging yourself. So you do it, morning belongs to you. Then, whenever you prepare, there comes a very low time, lowest phase, which we say. In that lowest phase, how to get over with that? Motivational talks will not help. Motivational videos will not help. You need some reference point of success. You go back in the past and check when the tides were against you, when the things were against you, when the life was tough, how you have achieved, even if it is very small. It doesn't matter. Reference point of success simply means when others were expecting that you will fail, when others were expecting that you are done with your life, but you stood again and you stood against everything and you become successful. You just remember those days. And if you don't have such memories, you make a promise to yourself that in this attempt, you will make this prelims as your reference point of success. Everyone needs some reference point of success. कुछ कहानियां तो होनी चाहिए ना सुनाने के लिए. You need it. And once you promise yourself, one thing you should remember, that you have promises to keep. You have promises to keep from yourself, for your family, for the people who believes in you. So even if you feel कि नहीं नहीं मैं तो ठीक है यार, नहीं पढ़ रहा हूँ तो क्या ही कर रहा हूँ, remember those phases. You have promises to keep. Seventh, create mental gaps. You are not a machine, you are not a robot. You cannot handle too many things. So in a day, create some mental gap. There came a time in 2018 when I started very late, like as I mentioned in the channel, all the also. And I was like, ki, every day I used to think that why I started late, and it used to consume a lot of energy, a lot of time. But I was studying. There came a time, roughly 12 or 13 days were remaining for the prelims. I couldn't even handle my stress level. And at that point of time, I just left the prep st- study and I went out for a walk. So I had a good place where trees are there, grasses are there. I just went out and that evening, half an hour walk. That was so refreshing. I cannot even tell you. So refreshing. When I came back, I started studying again. You please create some gaps, walk, dedicated walk. I call it dedicated walk. No mobile, no friend, no chat. You are all alone. Let the thoughts come. Let the thoughts come. Whatever comes, bad, good, it doesn't matter. You just surround yourself with the nature. And the best time for this, like I chose the time of sunset. Sunset is a very good time, calming time. So I used to go out during the sunset, and I used to come back with full of energy. Another thing which I believe everyone faces during the prep time, that is the sleeping issues. You are trying to sleep by 12 and you are not able to sleep even after 2 hours or 3 hours. You're trying very hard because a lot of thoughts are coming. For me, because I'm saying it, please do Yoga Nidra. I have already shared the link for this. Every detail prelims, and you will thank me for this forever. Not only 10 prelims, I would say make it a habit of your life. Yoga Nidra is such a powerful thing. 25-minute yoga Nidra whenever you want, you are trying to sleep. Let's say by 11 in the night, you do it for 25 minutes and you will get a very good sleep. And once you have a very good sleep, then you know that tomorrow your productivity will be very high. And please don't sit idle ki no no I can sleep, and your mind will play ki 25 minutes is a long time, I could have finished some topic. Arey, you are not sleeping. Even after going to bed at 11, you are not sleeping by 2 or 3, and tomorrow your productivity will be lower. 25 minutes is nothing. This 25 minutes will give you a good sleep. A good sleep will give you a fresh mind in the next morning. You do it because I'm saying. And remember this thing, there is no bad weather, only bad training. So in running, people say it that those who couldn't run, they are like, oh, this is so humid, oh, this is so windy, and this and this. And they say, look, there is no bad weather, only bad training. It means result. You can lie, let me remind you again, you can lie entire year. I gave my best, I gave my best, I gave my best, but your mark sheet won't lie. I hope after this you will get some clarity, and I'll record more videos in the coming days. But this, if you ask me that okay, out of 7, what has to be the top priority? It has to be like all the things are writ- written in priority wise. First thing is go gentle. दुनिया में कोई कुछ भी बोल दे, अपने आप को बोलो कोई बात नहीं, कर लेंगे. Go gentle on every thought. What has happened. You make it a promise that preparation I will take very hard. Personal life I'll take very gently.